I was just listening today to, or not listening, reading up on the origin of Bucked Up. You know, the supplement brand. They have like a
Hmm.
pre-workout and stuff like that. I think they started as pre-workout. Now they have like 50 different products. These brothers, their dad was taking this, and I'm not a fitness supplement expert, but I think it's called L-arginine. I might be saying that wrong, and someone can make fun of me. But this thing that's good for your body, helps with like recovery or something like that. You know, people who are into
Mm.
fitness would know about that. And their dad was like, "Yo, guy, you should you guys should check this out. It's really really good." And so they joined this like company to help like sell that. And so they were selling and helping increase this product, or increasing sales for this company that sold this supplement of that stuff. And then they realized, they realized that this larginine.com was available for like $20,000, which was like more than your normal, a couple bucks a year subscription. And so they're like, we buy this thing, we own the website for like the named after this chemical, this ingredient. We're gonna rank great for this, but it's a big. We got to be that's a hefty website expense, and they did
Right.
it and ended up it paid off, and they were top of the list, and they sold tons of that stuff. So then what was happening is they this article came out for I don't know if it was Major League Baseball or some sport, where this little article came out that this certain substance was banned, where it was this stuff that people were some athletes were taking that was made from deer antlers, like the velvet of deer antlers, that had this apparently unfair advantage, the way that the league determined for recovery from like injury and muscle damage and stuff, and they outlawed it. So they saw that, and it was kind of just this little, something you'd see on the site of ESPN. It wasn't like a big headline, but they saw that, and they're like, interesting. So they looked at like, and it was called deer antler spray. At the time, it was a spray people were putting like on your tongue or something. And so they saw that, and they looked up, and deerantlerspray.com was like $6. And so they're like, let's buy that domain, and let's see if we can start offering some of that. So then they started trying to sell this like deer antler stuff for like fitness recovery and whatnot, and no one really, it was a
Yeah.
weird random thing they were struggling to sell. But they then Ray Lewis in the NFL, who this was a big story, got in trouble for using that substance and got like fined or something. And so this big thing came out how Ray Lewis was using this unfair thing that gave him an advantage, as they determined, by this deer antler spray. And after that article came out, sold out of their product. Like, everyone's like, "What is this?" The people who are not in the NFL and having the rules of like competition were like, "I want that." And so at that point, they just took off, and Bucked Up became this thing. Anyways, I got on a tangent. I actually bypassed the point I was trying to make. What was interesting about the L-arginine thing is they took it to some, when they were helping sell a lot of it. They would take it to these uh, expos and conventions and stuff, like fitness conventions and stuff, and sell it from a table. And a lot of
Mhm.
people that sold similar stuff said this is proprietary blend, and they wouldn't reveal exactly how much of what chemicals and whatnot were in it. Theirs was like, intentionally, we're not proprietary blend. Anybody can go rip this off, but they would show exactly, this is how much L-arginine's in it. This is how much of the whatever branch chain amino acid, I don't know, the different stuff. It was clear as day on the back. So people were like, yes, I want to know exactly what I'm taking. This has exactly what I want and the quantities I want, as opposed to this proprietary blend that's secret and special advanced, but I don't know what I'm really getting. And they sort of dominated the competition by not having a proprietary blend. And it was like, you can make this yourself, but you don't want to, just buy ours. And it was very just run of the mill stuff, and that's what this L-arginine stuff was. So, anyways, I don't know if that
That's
applies at
cool.
all to the client you're working with, but there may be sometimes, like, I think people are often trying to like, if I can get a proprietary formula that only I can have and I have the patent, like I'm in business. Maybe if you have some really special ingredient that everyone would want to have, but now they can't. But if it's just your way of doing things, and now it becomes
Yeah.
less clear what's even in your product, it might actually be a disadvantage to be hiding what's in it. And so,
That's a good point. That's a really
yeah.
interesting point. Hmm. That's a cool
Anyways, that was
story. I
not
actually
helpful to your question, but
no,
yeah.
but that was interesting though. I'm not clearly in the bodybuilding space, so like
You got some guns.
I got something. I got but yeah, I actually didn't know that that's where bucked up got its name from like deer antlers.
They
Did you
have
know that?
the do you know what velvet is? Like when they grow new
Yeah,
antlers and it's covered.
yeah.
So that stuff, whatever's in velvet. Again, I don't know if the science actually backs this up, but supposedly there's a hormone in the velvet that they grind up and powderize or whatever they do that help. Yeah, it helps with recovery. It's got some special good hormone that you
Hmm.
don't get normally, and that's supposedly that's where bucked up comes from. Is it's yeah they
Have
have
you
that.
tried it?
I have not. My cousin who's like a bodybuilder and stuff. He was like an ambassador for it. And he was big on it. I don't know if he still is or not, but I'm not. I don't take pre workout.
You should get your cousin to give you a hit of whatever that spray is.